Yeah, but Pauline, I think monoculture is seen as too extreme a term. It suggests we don't allow for variations in background in this country, which are obvious around the country when you look at Indians, Italians, Sikhs, Chinese, Middle Eastern people. They're all expressing some elements of their culture while embracing Australian values.
Yeah, and if you talk to a lot of these people, also from different cultural backgrounds as I have, they said, we are Australians. We are so proud to be here. It's not just about the culture of a person, it's about the culture of the nation, who we are. Our traditions, our own cultures, our language, our dress, our laws. These are all monocultural, Chris. You can't have different laws. We don't have multicultural laws, do we? We have a monocultural law where everyone is treated the same under the one law. So if people have chosen to come to Australia, they know what they're doing. They say they want to become on board to be Australian. I think that's very important. I think that Angus Taylor, to actually criticise this, I think he's actually sitting on the fence. He can't make a decision about this. Are you Australian or you're not Australian? Do you want to just come here and take for benefit, granted what this country offers you, but you don't want to give your love to this nation?
Pauline Hanson, are you worried that one nation's success will just cause more pain for the coalition in state and federal elections, change the mix of seats on the centre-right, but just help keep Labor in power?
That's ridiculous, because that's the only argument that they have got, is that it's all about them, that they're going to lose their seats, their positions. They are responsible also for the state of the country. Now, climate change started under the Howard government. He started the carbon emissions scheme. So a lot of these issues started way back then with the coalition. A lot of things I've had to pull them back. They would never have addressed immigration if it wasn't for one nation. They would never have addressed net zero if it wasn't for one nation. So I'm not going to stand back and say, oh, listen, don't worry about it. I'm not going to upset your little cartel, just you and the Labor Party. The Australian people have their say. I'm putting up my policies, what I want to do for the country. I want to drive this nation forward to get back prosperity, give the future generations some hope for where they're going to go in their life. So if the Libs don't want to, work with me, it's just ridiculous to use this argument that I'm going to destroy and hand it back to Labor. That's a load of rubbish.
Now, in your speech yesterday, you mentioned the failure of Indigenous policy in this country, billions of dollars spent with so many problems still apparent, the gap not being closed. How would you tackle the obvious social problems of crime and dysfunction in remote Aboriginal communities and town camps in places like Alice Springs?
It is, Chris, and it's not about the money.